I just want a workmate to be as happy to see me as Thor is happy to see Hulk. Welcome everybody to another episode of The Last Line Show, and this is your host Jonathan Boozer, and today I got another trailer breakdown for you because we have finally gotten the Thor Ragnarok trailer. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I've literally been sitting here for decades waiting for this trailer to drop.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Now it's here, and we have so many goodies to digest, and there's a lot to just soak in. So what I want to do is give you guys a little breakdown. So before we start, if you want to watch the entire trailer in its entirety, I have the official link to Marvel's YouTube in the link below, so you can check out the trailer without me pausing or stopping and starting or talking over it. But with that being said, let's break it down and see what Thor and Hulk have been up to and why we didn't see him in Civil War. Now, for those of you who don't know, in Norse mythology, Ragnarok is translated as Twilight of the Gods. The myth tells of the eventual destruction of the universe and mankind, as well as the deaths of several key figures in Norse mythology, and the eventual new gods having to take over. Now, I definitely don't think Marvel's going to go this route. I think they're going to go with the more simpler note and just use this title and use this as the fate of Asgard is in danger. And I don't think there's going to be any switching of old gods to the new gods. Now, first off, before I even start, I know everyone's hearts are going to be shattered at this point as you see Thor's hammer Mjolnir just destroyed by Hela, played by Cate Blanchett. But the nice guy over at the Nice Guy podcast opened my eyes to the premium meme pointing out that this is literally the most accurate depiction of a man getting curved by a woman anyone has ever seen. This is perfection. Now, moving on from that, we do get a great look at Cate Blanchett as Hela, and what we know so far is that she's extremely powerful, clearly as she destroyed Thor's hammer, which is an incredibly powerful weapon. She's pissed off, and we've been told that she can create weapons from her suit at her will. And if you're wondering if Thor will ever get his sweet Mjolnir back, it is possible, but I'm going to give you 3 contenders in case Mjolnir is gone for good. First off, you have Jarnborn, the battle axe. I do not know if I said that right. Also known as the Wrecker of Worlds. This was actually the weapon Thor used before he was worthy of wielding Mjolnir, the weapon that was given to him by Odin. It is nearly indestructible, and it is also blessed with Thor's own blood, giving it the ability to cut through most anything. Next, we have Odin's sword. When unsheathed, it would herald the end of the world and the coming of Ragnarok. I think we can stop there on that one. Basically, it has a curse. Finally, we have Uru the Destroyer Arm. With Disney enjoying cutting people's hands off left and right in both Marvel and Star Wars movies, why not just take the whole arm? In the comics, Thor loses his axe and hammer and arm, shitty fucking day, and now dons the Uru Destroyer Arm, made from the same metal that his hammer and axe were made from. The metal can draw strength from his wielder, and the wielder can in turn draw strength from the metal, making Uru weapons like Mjolnir and Jarnborn especially formidable. Am I saying Jarnborn right? I'm definitely curious about the future of Thor in general, because if he does stick around for future movies, he's going to need a weapon. Now, no matter what you think about any of the other Thor movies, you gotta admit that their artists and costume designers are on point translating Thor comics into real life. They do a fantastic job, and Hela right here looks incredible. Now, we're not exactly sure how Thor looks to get to the planet of Sakaar, the planet where pretty soon we'll get to see the gladiatorial battles are being held. Now, the synopsis says that he's imprisoned, but is this by Hela sending him there out of some kind of revenge? Or does he escape her wrath somehow, maybe by the help of Heimdall, and ends up on this planet alone and just so happens to get imprisoned there? And we do get a quick glimpse of Valkyrie. She's a badass Asgardian that looks like also has come into the same fate as Thor, but looks like she's been around for a while. Now, this seems like a flashback to a possible past Ragnarok near miss, as this could be a young Odin wielding the great Odin sword to stop Hela. Now, this looks incredible with them riding in on magical Pegasi, but overall it just looks incredible, and it looks like this is going to be some kind of flashback as to what could happen. Now, here we get a couple glimpses of some major characters in the movie. Now, here we get a glimpse of Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster. Now, the Grandmaster and Del Toro's The Collector are actually related and are elders of the universe. Now, these beings have been around for pretty much from the dawn of time, or pretty damn close. Clearly, their hobbies show how bored they are. One collects things, and one fights things. Heimdall's back and in action, which I think we've all been wanting to see for quite some time. Don't get me wrong, his great voice and his sage advice are fantastic, but for the love of Odin, use the damn sword. And finally, we see Karl Urban as Scourge. Now, I gotta warn you, this is possible spoilers ahead, Small spoilers because no one knows of this character just yet, but it could be spoilers from the comics. In the comics, he's actually fighting Thor most of the time. He's usually an antagonistic threat to Thor, but in Ragnarok, the story, he actually does sacrifice himself to stop Ragnarok, or to help stop it from truly happening. I don't know if they'll add this. Marvel tends to add their own little twists and turns and kind of change things from the comics, but who knows? They could throw this in. I love Karl Urban, and I don't want to see him as a purely bad guy, so maybe they will add this to show that he's a bad guy, but he eventually does do a good thing. Oh, and did I mention Loki? By the way, this little touch in the helmet is fantastic. I assume this is more comfortable to wear, as one of the biggest reasons why we stopped seeing Thor's traditional helmet from the first Thor movie is because it was awkward and a nuisance to wear. So, moving forward, they just stopped wearing it. So this looks somewhat similar, but a little bit more form-fitting, and I don't know if this is just purely actually more comfortable and a better design for him to wear, or they just decided to bring back the helmet in a little bit better form factor as an Easter egg as reference to the original helmet. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be wearing this for long. There's so much to soak in here. Number one, Hulk looks incredible. For those of you who don't know, we're basically getting two great storylines in one movie here. We're getting Thor Ragnarok, the end of Asgard, and Planet Hulk, where Hulk can't turn back into his human form, Bruce Banner, and is forced to fight on the planet Sakaar as a gladiator. Now, they are on the planet Sakaar where they're fighting, so we are getting a mixture of the two. Now, we clearly see him at some point turn back into Banner. I'm curious to see how long it will be. I believe it'll probably be about 50-50. I don't think we're going to get purely Hulk during this movie, because Mark Ruffalo does do a great job as Bruce Banner. Either way, his armor looks incredible, and I'm sure just like the Avengers, we're going to get to see some great comedy between the two of these guys. Number two, you have Loki up there in the box office suite. I have no clue why he's kind of being treated so well in this place. I mean, he is the god of deception and trickery, so I'm pretty sure he probably figured out a way to weasel his way into the Grandmaster's good graces. But in this scene, you can tell after seeing Hulk, he's kind of shitting his pants, remembering the good old days back in Avengers 1.
Oh, creature, and I will not be bullied by that. You know each other. He's a friend from work. Oh, come on.
Now that trailer was absolutely fantastic, and honestly there are a lot of things in there that I think they should have waited and just showed them in the movie, but they gotta market this movie somehow. Now I don't believe they showed anything too spoilery, that's just my opinion. It doesn't look like we saw too much. We didn't see where the Warriors 3 are that we saw in the first Thor and the second Thor. We don't know what Lady Sif is up to, and we haven't seen Doctor Strange, and we know he's confirmed for this movie. So there's definitely some things that they're hopefully going to leave so that we do not see until we actually see the movie. Some surprises, some twists and turns. So now I really think they did a good job at showing just enough and leaving out. But obviously this is the first trailer, so they can come out with a lot more and ruin a lot more. Hopefully they don't. But honestly, I love this trailer. I don't personally think it was the best trailer Marvel's ever come out with. James Gunn said that on Twitter. I don't know, do you guys agree? Do you not? Personally, I think the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 has been the best trailer I've seen from Marvel yet. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, so I'll do more. If not, then maybe I'll stop doing these. There's a lot of trailer breakdowns out there. But leave some comments. I'd love to know what you guys think about this trailer. Did I miss anything? Because if I did, I want to know what I missed, because I really like Thor and I want to see him succeed in his last movie. So that's it for me. Keep being nerds and keep defending the nerdy things that we love.